Because this is a massive honor, and we saw that when the body was lying in state for the 3 days, we saw the officials from the different heads of the respective departments within the SANDF were given the honor. How were the people that are chosen, given this honor, chosen?
We have a standing ceremonial platoon that does these things. We have a group of pallbearers which form a platoon who carry the coffins and carry out the duties of pallbearers on almost all of the funerals that we have in the ANC. A lot of our leaders have been carried and buried by this platoon.
All right, so it's just something that's put in place.
It is a standing platoon. Yeah.
All right. Any involvement in this official send-off on your side? Will you be speaking at all, or just you be just witnessing it all and being very solemn at this occasion?
Like most South Africans, I'll be watching on the sidelines, but I will be in Qunu for the official burial. And I think the relationship with Nelson Mandela will continue to live in our hearts even when he is gone. Because the legacy that he lives with us is a legacy that you can never shake off. It's a legacy that even if you want to look at things differently, it's a legacy that remains in your heart.
What is the future of MKs?
Well, we are a small group of people that are left now. It's a group that doesn't grow. We have been given the honor by the President of the Republic, President Jacob Zuma, that a department that was established to look after the welfare of MK cadres. So now we do all of the things that are required in the ANC. We are the pallbearers for the funerals of stalwarts of the African National Congress, but we also carry the politics of the African National Congress within the branches of the ANC and also within the leadership structures of the ANC. So we are present at all levels of politics within the African National Congress.
Thank you for talking to us. I know that you're a busy lady as well this morning, and I'm sure you want to try and make your way in there for the arrival of the casket. But thank you for talking to us, and it's lovely to see you again.
Thanks, Steve. Thank you very much.
It's a pleasure. Talking to the minister here, just also heading up the MK veterans, and it's quite a surreal moment as we broadcast you live from the Waterkloof Air Force Base, and one has a look at the dignitaries that are arriving here, and this, of course, as you know, is the formal official ANC send-off that's happening. But we've seen a lot of members of the public also arriving. I imagine that they're invited guests and members of the public, and also all of the ministers. The only international guest that I have seen, but I know that there are many, many more. I saw the Reverend Jesse Jackson a bit earlier. We tried to grab him for an interview, but unfortunately we lost the link with you, so we couldn't get that one to you. But, just looking around, it's just incredible to see the amount of people that have gathered here to say their final farewell. Again, just to talk you through what's going to be happening, I think on your screens right now, I'm away from a monitor, so I'm not quite seeing what you're seeing, but I imagine that what you are going to be seeing very, very shortly is the arrival right now of in a few minutes' time, because that is on the schedule, that the casket, the cortege should be arriving at 6:45, so that means that it basically has pulled into the Air Force Base, and that is where it will remain now for the duration of the official ceremony that will take place. And then at exactly 7 o'clock, it's going to be carried by the MK military veterans, as we just heard now, into the official proceedings, and that's something that we'll be able to capture for you live. Now, the helicopters are all circling around us, as they have been since the beginning of the cortege moving from the one military hospital, and they'll continue to do so. Let's go back to the Johannesburg studio now, and I know that Ayanda has more from us there. As soon as we have something, I know you'll cross back to us.
Thank you so much, Leanne. The visuals that you're looking at as we speak, the cortege has arrived at the Waterkloof Air Force Base, having traveled from the one military hospital a moment or two ago. The black hearse there carrying the casket draped in the South African flag, in which Utatu Nelson Mandela's body lies there at the moment. It's at this particular Air Force Base, at the hangar there, for the grand farewell, that grand send-off by members of the ANC Women's League, the Youth League. We understand members of the Tripartite Alliance also present there today, as well as allied formations from around the continent, as well as other diplomats and dignitaries having assembled there. Now, this is the place from which Udada's body will be flown to Mthatha and then driven to Qunu a little bit later. Now, those who have covered government proceedings will tell you that they are notorious for starting late. However, in this incident, Leanne read us the program a moment or two ago, and they are spot on time, having said that at 7:15, the body would arrive. And in fact, it did. It's now 8 minutes to 7, and we have seen already the slow drive had taken place. By 2:45, that cortege was at the Waterkloof Air Force Base. So it just goes to show how disciplined this particular program is expected to be. Now, inside we saw the likes of Max Sisulu, Bheki Cele, Nomvula Mokonyane, Aaron Motsoaledi, all chanting struggle songs, fists in the air. It was quite a sight to behold. I mean, one almost feels privy to the scenes that may have taken place there during the Defiance campaign. It was definitely quite a sight to behold as the comrade gathered in their numbers today, the ANC faithful, to wish Udadu Nelson Mandela a fond farewell. Leanne having spoken to the ANC's Jackson Mthembu as well, who went into detail at length at the role of the Mkhonto Wesizwe military veterans in this particular proceeding and all that they will be doing in honor of Udadu Madiba, their commander-in-chief, who also called upon them to down their arms at the time for peace negotiations. So they are taking an active role in the proceedings today. The hearse there reversing into the premises where Udadu Nelson Mandela's body will be placed there as his comrades and struggle icons wish him farewell.